So let's get started. We will use our floor mats towards the second half of class, and your choice with or without hand weights. You can do all these exercises with or without, some potential for weights though. And we'll do a little bit. I will show modifications as we go through this if you're not comfortable standing or getting into kneeling. So even if the move looks a little bit different than how I'm demonstrating, there still is a way for you to participate. Make sure that everything you're doing is in a comfortable range. Don't move in a way that causes pain, and make sure you feel safe. So give yourself options to hold on to if you need it in standing. So let's do some reaches overhead to get warmed up. So chest wide, reaching up and overhead, wide fingers. And down. Let's coordinate our breath on our next couple. So inhale as you reach up. Exhale, arms down. Do 3 more like that. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Let's move into some power up. So now that we've straightened our posture, we'll come down for our power up and then push off, arms back and wide. And I want you to count with me as we do this, and let's count backwards the months of the year. So we'll start with December and then we'll work our way backwards to January on our power up. That'll help us count on. So we'll come down, and this first one is December. So count with me out loud at home. Come down. November. Down. October. Down. September. Down. August. Down. July. Down. June. Down. May. Down. April. Down. March. Last 2. Down. February. And down. January. Hopefully I didn't miss any. So let's do a knee to chest and hold. And while you're holding this, you can do some ankle circles. Let's count for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch legs. Let's count backward from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to move into some neck circles. So before I start, I'm going to bring my chest up and shoulders down and back. And holding this posture, I'm going to turn my head one side and then to the other. Do a couple head turns. I'm going to have you coordinate your breathing with this too. So let's inhale as you look to one side. Exhale, turn and look to the other side. Do that 5 more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to move into some boxing moves. We're going to use these in our circuits a little bit. So let's start with some jabs. So when we're jabbing forward, that's a quick punch straight in front of you. So let's do 20 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So now let's do a jab, jab, cross, cross. So that's the pattern we're gonna follow. Let's do 5, leading with your right hand first, and then we'll switch and lead with your other hand, starting that pattern. So we'll start jab, jab, cross, cross, jab, jab, cross, cross, jab, jab, cross, cross, jab, jab, cross, cross, jab, jab, cross, cross. Now I want you to start with your other hand punching first, but same pattern. Jab, jab, cross, cross, jab, jab, cross, cross, jab, jab, cross, cross. 2 more. Jab, jab, cross, cross, jab, jab, cross, cross. Good. Next pattern is going to start with a jab, jab, and then uppercut, cross. So try that pattern with me. Jab, jab, uppercut, cross. All right, keep that up. We'll do 4 more of leading with this hand first. Jab, jab, uppercut, cross. Jab, jab, uppercut, cross. Jab, jab, uppercut, cross. Last one. Jab, jab, uppercut, cross. Same pattern, lead with the other hand first. Jab, jab, uppercut, cross. Good. Jab, jab, uppercut, cross. Jab, jab, uppercut, cross. 2 more. Jab, jab, uppercut, cross. Jab, jab, uppercut, cross. Perfect. And then our next pattern that we're going to do is an uppercut, jab, uppercut, cross. So try that pattern with me. Uppercut, jab, uppercut, cross. So this time I want to see if we can alternate what hand leads. So instead of keeping up with the same hand, we'll do that pattern leading with your right hand and then that pattern leading with your left hand. And we'll do 10 rounds of that pattern in total. So I'll demo the first 2 and then we'll kind of get into the rhythm with it. So I'm leading with my right hand first. I'm doing the uppercut, jab, uppercut, cross. And now I'm going to start the pattern over, but I'm going to lead with my left hand now. Uppercut, jab, uppercut, cross. So now I'm going to go back to my other hand leading with the uppercut. Uppercut, jab, uppercut, cross. Now back to my left hand. Uppercut, jab, uppercut, cross. Got that? We're going to do 6 more times. Uppercut, jab, uppercut, cross. Other hand, uppercut, jab, uppercut, cross. Switch, uppercut, jab, uppercut, cross. Uppercut, jab, uppercut, cross. Uppercut, jab, uppercut, cross. Last time, uppercut, jab, uppercut, cross. Hopefully we got your brain scrambled around enough. We are going to keep using some of those boxing moves for our intervals. So I have 3 exercises for our first circuit. You don't have to join me yet. I'm just going to demo these. So you can do these standing or seated. For the standing version, I want you to do a squat. And then we're going to start with a jab, jab. And each time you squat, you're going to do a different punch. So then for the next time, I'm going to squat and do a cross, cross, squat, uppercut, uppercut. And that's my last one. So after my uppercut on each hand, I'm going to go back to the jabs. Then I'll start again. Squat, jab, jab. And I'll go through that pattern. Jab, jab, cross, cross, uppercut, uppercut. So for these exercises, we're going to do a minute of work and then 30 seconds rest. And we'll repeat that twice. So that's the first exercise. You can add weights to make it a little bit more challenging. The next exercise we're going to do is a side step with a coordinated punch. So as you sidestep, I want you to coordinate your boxing move with your steps. So this first time that we go through, we're going to do a cross, 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 cross. So I'm coordinating that with each time I step, that's when I do my punch. Cross, 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 cross. And then I'll work my way back. Cross, 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 cross. So that's the second exercise. And then our third exercise is going to be a forward lunge with a bicep curl. So I'm going to step and lunge, and as I lunge, I'm going to do a bicep curl and then step back. And then I'm going to switch legs, step, and as I lunge, I'm going to do that bicep curl. So your options for sitting, when we do the squat, I want you to do a glute set. So for a glute set, when you're sitting, it's squeezing your bottom muscles like you're trying to scoot on the bed or you're squeezing them tight together. So do a glute set, and then you'll do your boxing move. Glute set, cross, cross. So that's your first exercise if you're staying seated. For the second one, the sidestepping, you're going to do sidestepping in your chair. So cross, cross, and then back to the middle. Cross, cross, and then you'll go to the other side. Cross, 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 cross. So if you're staying seated, this is your move for that second round. And then for the third one, the forward lunge, coordinate a bicep curl as you step out and then step in. Step out and lunge, step in. So that's what you'll be doing as we lunge and standing, okay? So you have your seated and standing version. I'm gonna get our timer going here. Feel free to grab weights if you'd like to. We are gonna do 2 rounds through this before we take a longer break, but you'll have 30 seconds to rest in between each exercise. So I'm gonna grab my weights here. And we're gonna get started with that squat first. So let's begin. So our first one is a squat, jab, jab. Squat, cross, cross. Squat, uppercut, uppercut. Now I go back to the start. Squat, jab, jab. Squat, cross, cross. Squat, uppercut, uppercut. Nice job, everybody. Follow that same pattern. Jab, jab, you're halfway done. Squat, cross, cross. Squat, uppercut, uppercut. Remember, if you're sitting, instead of doing a squat, you're going to do that glute set, squeezing your bottom muscles and then doing your boxing move. 10 seconds to go. Keep working. All right. So now we have 30 seconds to rest. So during the rest break, feel free to sit down briefly if you need to, grab a quick drink. But after this 30 seconds, we're jumping right into that next exercise. This is our sidestepping exercise. If you're seated, I'm going to remind you that you're going to sidestep around your chair with a cross. If you're seated, this is your move, okay? 3 seconds to get ready and begin. Cross, cross. Try to coordinate it with your step so that your arm is moving when your leg does. And with the punch, add a lot of momentum behind it. Really put some intensity in your punch. Good job, everybody. Halfway done. Lots of power behind that punch. Push the weight hard forward. Ten seconds to go. And rest. 30 seconds to catch your breath. Our next exercise is going to be that forward lunge with the bicep curl. Your option to do it with or without weight. If you're seated, I'm going to remind you what this is going to look like. So for this exercise, I want you to step and bend your arms and then step together. Step and bend your arms and step together. 3 seconds to get ready. And let's begin. So we have a forward lunge. As you lunge, do that bicep curl, step back together. You could always do this next to something and do a bicep curl with one arm so that you have something to hang on to. That's your option. Looking good, everybody. This is the last exercise, and then we're starting back at the top. Ten seconds to go. And rest. Great work. 30 seconds, and then we're starting back at the top with our squat and boxing move, or our seated glute set and boxing move. One more round through each of those. You're looking good. Five seconds to get ready. And let's begin. Squat, jab, jab. Squat, cross, cross. Squat, uppercut, uppercut. If this feels easy, challenge yourself to go lower in the squat. But make sure that you feel comfortable and safe. Only go where you can control it coming back up. Halfway done. Three seconds. Good job. Let's rest. 30 seconds to rest. This is our side step with coordinated punch. This time, instead of a cross, cross, I want to do an uppercut, cross, uppercut, cross. And whatever direction that you're going, that's the arm that's going to do the uppercut first. So it'll switch when I come back to my other direction. If you're seated, you're going to do this boxing move from your seat, sidestepping around your chair. Let's get started. Uppercut, cross, uppercut, cross. Leading with the uppercut first. Uppercut, cross, uppercut, cross, uppercut, cross. I see some good intensity out there. Keep it up. Lots of amplitude behind these punches that you're throwing. Halfway done. Good job, everybody. Keep it up. And rest. We have one exercise to go. This is our forward lunge and bicep curl. Or your option is to do it sitting, step out, bicep curl, step in, step out, step in. 10 seconds to rest before we get started. This is our last exercise, and then we'll take a longer break. 3 seconds. Here we go. Lunge and bicep curl and step back together. Everyone's doing a good job keeping their posture tall. You want to make sure that as you lunge, you're not leaning over, but that you keep your chest up. Nice job, everybody. Halfway done. And rest. Good work. Grab some water, have a seat. We are going to take a break from this interval, and we're going to do our next one down on our floor mats. I'll show some modifications, but after you grab some water, go ahead and set your floor mat up. Our positions on and kneeling in all fours are awesome because they make sure that we can stay functional getting up and down from the ground, that we're still able to do that. But it's also a really good way to work on core strength. It takes a lot of strength in your hips and your core to be able to hold your balance in that position. And that's another reason why I love it too. So while you're still taking a break, I'm going to demo the next few exercises. We're going to do this in that same interval format where we'll do a minute of work and 30 seconds off. At any point, if this gets too intense on your knees, come up to your chair and you can do it in sitting or standing. The first exercise we're going to do is a rock and reach. So I'm going to get in a half kneel position. Again, you don't have to join me yet. Just watch. I have 3 exercises to show you. One knee is bent. And for the rock and reach, I'm going to lean forward. So if my right knee is up, it's my left arm that reaches forward. And then as I lean back, I'm going to raise my right arm. So it's all about the weight shift. You're reaching forward like I'm reaching for a target and then leaning back. Reach forward, lean back. The first time through, we'll keep this leg up and then we'll switch and bring the other leg up the second time through. My second exercise is going to be a twist in the same half kneel position. So I'll start with my arms wide and we'll do a modified power twist where I'm going to reach down towards my ankle. The further I twist, the bigger stretch I'm going to get. So if this feels easy, how far can you reach past your foot? And then open. Reach down and open. Looks good. And then our last exercise in this position, I'm going to use my weights for. Let me turn so you can see it a little bit better. We're going to get on all fours and do a row. So for the row, I'm keeping my back flat and squeezing my elbow up. You want to make sure that your arm isn't out wide, but your elbow is tucked against your side. So that's the basis of the move. I want to add a piece of challenge to it where you keep one leg either kicked out like a kickstand or see if you can leave it in the air while you do a row on the opposite side, or keep it out straight so your toe is down. So see if you can either alternate arms or just do the opposite arm from where your leg is extended. It's a lot harder to row the same arm, so you can just stick to the one, and then in the second round, we'll switch legs and we'll switch arms. So your options if you're sitting for these moves, let me go through these. So sitting for the rock and reach, you're going to do a power rock. Reach out and come down. Power rock, come down. This is your option when we're doing the rock and reach. Doing a power rock, reaching as far as you can and recenter. Reach, recenter. For the twist, I want you to still come down towards your ankle like we are. Reaching down to touch your foot or even further past your foot. And then up tall. Reach down towards your foot and up tall. This is your sitting version of that second exercise. And then the row, we're going to do that in sitting. So if you have weights, you're going to squeeze your elbows back together and then arms back out. Squeezing those shoulder blades, okay? So those are the 3 exercises. You have your version on the ground and you have your seated version. 1 minute on, 30 seconds off. So get set up here if you haven't joined me yet. Looks like most people are there. Okay, I'm gonna start us off first minute. So reaching forward with that opposite hand and rock back. Lean forward, rock back. Lean forward. Nice job, you guys look great. Lean forward, and when you rock back, make sure that you're bringing your posture up tall. I really straighten out my chest when I lean back. Nice job. Halfway done. Great job, everybody. Really nice forward shift. 10 seconds to go. Every time making my fingers wide as I reach. And rest. 30 seconds to rest, and then we're going to go into our next move. I'm going to switch legs just to give my knee a break, and we'll get the other leg on our next round. So for our power twist, we're starting, whether you're sitting or kneeling, arms are wide and you're twisting down towards that ankle before resetting with arms back wide. About 8 more seconds and then we'll get started. 1 minute of work here. Ready and begin. Reach down, power up, power twist, and then reset. This one is all about mobility, so seeing how far you can get into that twist. Think about twisting your shoulder across to help you go further into that movement. Halfway done. Nice job, everybody. Ten seconds to go. Good. Let's rest and take a break. Next, we have our row on all fours. If you're sitting in your chair, you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades back together like this. We still have 15 seconds to get ready, but just as a reminder, before I do the row, I'm going to extend one leg, and I can either keep my toes on the ground or lift them in the air. And I'm going to row with my opposite arm, holding my leg in that position. You want to really make sure that your back is staying flat. Let's go ahead and begin. Nice job, everybody. I'm keeping my arm close to my side, just squeezing that elbow. It doesn't come out far, but it stays tucked in close to my body. We are about halfway done. If you want to switch arms and legs, feel free, or you can switch next round. Nice and slow, keeping your back flat. Fifteen seconds to go. This should be your opposite arm and leg. All right, 30 seconds, and then we're back into our half kneeling. This is going to be our rock and reach. Remember, if you're seated, I want you to do that power rock, reaching across and reset. If you're sitting, this is your power move that I want you to do. All right, that's your power move while we do our rock and reach. So this time switch so your other leg is in front. 3 seconds to get ready. And begin. Reach forward, rock back. Reach forward. If you're seated, you're still coming across like this. If you're seated, reach across, over and across, straighten that leg. If you're seated, that's your move. We have 40 seconds to go. Nice job, everybody. Really trying to lean forward. Open fingers wide each time. Ten seconds to go. And rest. Good work. Next, we have our power twist. I'm going to switch legs. If you're seated or kneeling, your power twist is reaching down to touch your ankle and resetting back up. Still have 13 seconds to get ready. As you do this, think about leading with your shoulder. So it's my shoulder that drives the twist. But let's begin. I'm pushing my shoulder down as I twist. Nice job, halfway done. Ten seconds to go. And rest. One last move. This is our row. If you're seated, this is the move I want you to do. Taking your hands or taking your weights and squeezing your shoulder blades back together. Pinching those shoulder blades. And then if you're on all fours, you're going to straighten one leg out behind you and either lift it in the air or keep your toes down and do a row with your opposite arm. So I'm going to switch legs. I think this is the leg I started with last time. Go ahead and begin. So your elbow is going to stay close to your body. Don't let your arm be out to the side. It's like your elbow slides up past your side. Your toe can be down or you can lift it in the air, but you're doing opposite arm and leg. Or you can try to alternate for a challenge. We are halfway, so you can keep that way or switch sides if you'd like to. All right, and take a break. Good work, everybody. Grab some water. That is our last one of our intervals. We're going to do our power moves laying on the mat in supine, laying on your back after you grab some water. So we're done with our hand weights for now as well. So when we do these power moves, it's your option to join us laying flat, or you can stay seated, but I still want you to join us if you're seated and do the power move in that position. I want to also offer another alternative that's more challenging for the supine power move. So instead of laying on your back for the power moves, if you want a little bit of added challenge, You can bend your knees up and come into a bridge and use this as the basis for your power moves. So you'll keep this position while we do our power moves instead of keeping your legs out straight. So that's an option if you want to add a little bit of a challenge to these power moves. I'll give everyone maybe 30 seconds to join me on the ground before we get started with these. So come join me if you haven't yet. Looks like most people are there. Our first power move is pushing down through our hands and pushing through our feet to lift your chest and hips up off the ground. If you're seated, remember your power up looks like leaning down and then stretching your arms out wide. If you're seated, try this one with me. Lean down and then bring your arms back out wide. So if you're seated, that's what you're going to be doing with us. If you're in this position, you're going to do a full bridge, lifting your hips up and down. So let's do 10 of these together. We'll do 10 power ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So next is our power rock. You're going to push through your right arm and your right leg to kind of get leverage to start to reach across towards the same side. And then we're going to pause in the middle and get leverage to reach to the other side. An option to make this harder, like I mentioned, is you can start in this position. So as you reach, you're already in a bridge position. So it's a little bit more challenging. That's an alternative for you. If you're seated, let's review this one. Try it with me. Power rock, reset, power rock, reach across your body. Yep, try this again if you're seated with me. Reach across. Nice, that looks good. Alrighty, so we're gonna do 20 of these, alternating side to side. Let's count them up by 2s as we do this, and we'll end at 40. Ready? So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, and 40. Nicely done. Our next power move is a power twist. So our arms start wide, and you're going to turn to clap, twisting across your body, and then opening to reset, turn and clap, twist across your body. You can also do this from that bridge position, holding a bridge, turn and clap, open and reset, turn and clap while holding that bridge. If you're seated, I know you're doing it with me already, but let's review it together. Turn and twist, open, and really try to twist your body as you turn, okay? So let's do 10 of these. Let's count up by 5s as we do them. So start wide and twist, which is 5, open, 10, open, 15. See how loud you can clap. Open, 20, open, 25, open, 30, open, 35, open, 40, open, 45, open, 50. Okay, good. So our last power move is a power step. So two options that I'm going to show here are stepping out and stepping in, and then the other leg stepping out and in, or you can come into a bridge position and hold this bridge while you step out and in and out and in, okay? If you're seated, practice this with me. You're going to step one leg out and one leg in. If you're seated, step in one leg out and one leg in. In all of these positions, seeing how high you can lift your foot. Really exaggerate, not necessarily how far you're stepping, but how high you lift it. Big amplitude. So I'm going to be demoing from the bridge position here. Let's do 20, 10 on each side. So we'll start at 20 and count to 1. Ready? 20, lifting that knee high. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job, everybody. Feel free to grab a drink of water. We are going to do some more exercises on the mat today. We're going to do some core after you get a break. So grab some water and then join me back in this position. So there's a couple of the core moves that you may want to use your weights for. So as you're making your way back to the mats, as you get some water, grab those weights and bring them with you. I will also show how these can be modified in sitting too. And I'll give everyone another 30 seconds to a minute here before we start. But most people are back. The first one I want to start with is a Russian twist. So for this position, I'm going to kind of get at a little bit of an incline. So I'm not sitting straight up, and the further I lean back, the harder it gets. But notice that I'm trying to keep my body straight. I'm not letting myself round down, but keeping my body straight as I hold this position. You can do the same thing in your chair, leaning back slightly. And with my weights, I'm going to twist from one side to the other while keeping my back flat. If that's hard to maintain your posture straight, come up a little bit so that you're more vertical, and that'll be easier to maintain. So if you're sitting in your chair, you're going to be doing the same thing. Lean back a little bit, and you're going to twist side to side. All right. So with these core exercises today, we're going to work our way down. We're going to do a 30, 20, 10 model. So we're going to do 30 of these, and then we'll take a break, work our way down to 20, and then down to 10. So let's get started with our first one here. Get the hard one out of the way. So get into your reclined position, but my back is still straight. We got 30 of these. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Good job. Take a break. Rest. You can lean forward or lean back onto your hands, whatever's comfortable. But rest out of that position. We have 2 more rounds, a little bit easier. Give us a couple more seconds to rest, and then we're going to get back into that same position. So you want to find the position. If you felt challenged, then you were probably in the right amount of recline. If it was too easy, see if you can lean back a little bit further. But let's get set up so my back is straight. I'm keeping that posture. We got 20 twists here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Good. Rest, lean forward or lean back. Take a break out of that position. We have 1 more round. Just have 10 to go. You guys are looking good. All right, let's get set up for that last one. So my posture is straight, my back is straight. I got my recline. Got 10 twists. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice job. I'm going to lay down onto my back for this next one. I'm going to keep my knees bent. So I want you to start by finding a flat back position. So think about drawing your belly button towards your spine, almost like you're zipping up a tight pair of pants. And another way to help you tighten that deep core muscle is if your hands were behind your low back, you should be pushing your back down into the ground so that there's no space for your hands to slide. So I'm pushing my back down. I can't fit my hands. I'm going to hold that core position while we're going to do an opposite arm and leg march. So my back stays flat while I lift my opposite arm and leg. So using our core to hold this still while our arm or leg is trying to move us a little bit. If you're seated, I want you to do that same opposite arm and leg march. All right. So let's do 20 of these, or we're doing the same pattern, 30, 20, 10, excuse me. I was gonna make it too easy. So we got 30 to get out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, keep going, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Good. Take a break. Got 2 more rounds of that. So let's get back set up with that deep core tightening. This is a muscle called our transverse abdominis. It wraps around our body like a corset. So I'm bracing my core like I'm zipping up that tight pair of pants. And to help me do that, I'm pushing my back flat down into the ground. And I'm going to hold that tight the whole time I do my marching. So I got my core contraction. Let's do our 20 marches now. Opposite arm and leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Good job. Just got one more round left. 10 more to do. So let's get set up. Start with a deep core contraction, pressing your back down into the ground. Last 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice job. We are going to do an exercise on our bellies. So flip over here. I'm going to readjust my mat so you can see me a little better. So this is a Superman exercise. So we're going to start with our arms either out in front of you, or you can have your arms out to the sides. And so what I want you to do is lift your opposite arm and leg up off the ground. And so when you're lifting your leg, especially, try to lift it high enough so that it's not just your knee, but try to lift your whole thigh up off the ground to really get a big lift. So opposite arm and leg. And if you're seated, to mix it up this time, let's do a row with a knee extension. We've done all this for seated. So if you're sitting, do opposite arm and leg. I'm going to kick my knee out and bend my elbow backwards. So row, elbow back, and kick the opposite knee out in front. If you're seated, this is your move. Try this with me if you're seated to practice. Row and kick your knee out. So your elbow comes back and your opposite knee goes. Okay. So we have 30, 20, 10 again. This is our final exercise of today. Opposite arm and leg. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. All right. Take a breather. Hard one out of the way. Got 2 easier ones. So I'm going to do the seated version with my people who are sitting next, but we're going to do the same opposite arm and leg lift if you're laying down. So we got 20 of these to go together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Good job, everybody. One more round of 10 to go. Got 10 more, last 10, then we'll do our cool down. Trying to lift up your whole thigh off the ground when you lift. Let's get started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good work. Come on back up to your chair. Let's do our cool down. It's a really hard exercise. You guys did great with that. We're gonna do some cool down stretches. Nicely done today. Make your way back to your chair. All right, while you're making your way, we're just gonna start with some overhead reaches. So reaching up, inhale, and as you exhale, forward fold down. Clasp your hands behind your knees. Stretch out that low back. Come back up, we'll do that 2 more times. Reach up. Then forward fold, clasp your hands behind your knees. One more, reach up. Forward fold down, clasp those hands. Good, come back up. Let's stretch our shoulder out. So one arm across your body. Pull it close towards you. We're gonna hold here for 10. You can do some wrist circles while we hold this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. This time, let's lean down onto your knee like you're doing a power walk and reach up and across. You can let this leg straighten out or keep it bent, doesn't matter, but we're just gonna reach and hold, opening up the side of our body here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Reset in the middle, reach up and across to the other side. Hold here for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Straighten one leg out in front of you. Keep this knee straight and bend forward at your hips and hold here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And last exercise. Reach across your body and place your hand on your knee. And then reach for the back of your chair and hold this twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch sides. Reach across, brace on your knee, and reach towards the back of the chair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's a wrap for our Monday class. Have a good weekend.